Hello everyone, here we are today getting ready for campfire sessions. We're going to wait until some people come in that are being featured, and then we'll start it. We'll get it running. Hello. Amy, what's going on? How you doing? Amy, I'm gonna bring y'all in an orderly fashion, one by one. You are third on the list. We have Brianna first. We're gonna wait for Brianna to actually come aboard. But before we start everything, I wanted to actually, let me do this now. We're still waiting for others to come in. Maybe 4 to 5 people that we are waiting on right now. Fitness, thank you. I appreciate you coming in. Here we go. Hello everyone. Let everybody come in bit by bit. I'm gonna go ahead and give me 2 seconds. Hello, what's going on everyone? Jason, nice to have you with us. This is great. Hello brother, how's everything going? For those of you who don't know, we recently launched an online store. Yesterday, if you have received a text from me in a group message, I apologize for the confusion, but it was a silent launch for the store. So coming this week, we will be releasing the store online on all our platforms for everybody to see.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man. Try to cut it down so you can send it to me.
We're going that way.
No, we're going this way? Yeah.
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. We're just waiting for Brianna to come in. She's the first person on the list for campfire session, so we're waiting for her, and we're also waiting for Tess. Let me see if I can find. I hope everybody's week is ending well, to be honest with you, for those who will be watching this. And yeah, this is going to be a great session. There we go. Now what we're doing is waiting for one more person, and we're ready to go. Excuse the background noise, by the way, guys. I am outside doing this live in front of a coffee shop by the name of Create. Spelled with a Q. Very cool. No problem, Tess. We understand. As long as you're able to come on board when your turn comes, that would be great. Cool. We're having a little bit of a late start here. We're just waiting for one more person Hello, Bert. How are you doing today? Let us see what happens in a little while. Let us see who we have here. We're just having one small issue. Just give me a tiny second. I'm sorry, guys. My bad. Okay, cool. Now we have her here. Great. Great. We almost have everybody. Tess will most likely be back. Tess is the second person. Let's just make sure that everything's all right with her, and then we'll run this. Hello. All right, everyone. So this is what we're going to do. We're about to bring up the first person right now. We're about to bring up Brianna first, and then we're going to run the session from there. So we're going to start off with the intro questions, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, Brianna, how are you doing? What's going on?
I'm
What is the
good.
master?
Speak life.
It's Speak Life. Okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm out and
let the
about,
audience
so
see you. Your head
uh
is a little bit cut off. Let's see the whole you for a second there. There we go.
oh yeah, I'm actually in a hallway type thing, so try to pick a
All right.
nice
I mean,
space.
if you want,
Yeah.
outside looks nice. It looks
Yeah,
awesome.
outside looks nice, right? You see the trees and everything. Yeah, you're outside. You're outside too. That looks good.
Yes. Beautiful spot that I am at out here in front of a coffee shop by the name of Create. What I wanted to do was sit here and begin the session with you. You are the
Yeah.
first person on the session. Do you remember the questions for the introduction?
So the questions, no. So if you can go
Okay,
ahead
no
and
problem.
yeah,
Well,
I
I'll
can
run it
answer.
by you again. No problem. So, first of all, please introduce yourself to the audience. Who are you?
Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Well, my name is Brianna Darling, and I am the founder, CEO of Darling Digital Agency, which is a digital agency specialized in web design, branding, and marketing, specifically influencer marketing. We deal with brands in all different niches, skincare, CBD, tech. So yeah, that's just a little bit about us, and we only work with businesses that have an impact on the world. That's a part of their mission. That they want to change the world through either innovation, imagination, or ingenuity. So yeah, that's a little bit about us and
Nice.
myself.
A little bit of a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
um, what I wanted to do was ask you another question. So, tell the audience where are you from and where are you now?
Oh yeah, no worries. So I am originally from Las Vegas, Nevada, born and raised, and right now I'm in New York. I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm in Queens right now. But yeah, so I go back and forth between Vegas and New York because our business in Vegas is more for government contracting. That's where we can actually legally do our business for government contracting, and then New York is like the free for all, like just all kind of business. Yeah.
Right. So, how are you? First, let's ask you that question. How
Oh
are you?
yeah. Well, you know what? I'm blessed. Actually in my church right now. I don't know if y'all can see. A shout out
Oh,
to the.
okay.
Yeah, it's very big. It's huge. Shout
I didn't
out to
even know
the.
there's letting people go to church nowadays.
Oh yeah, everybody's wearing their masks and everything. Yeah, New York, not all the states. Don't
Okay.
go saying that because then people. Yeah, I think it was a part of phase 2 in New York,
Okay.
not all the other
How
states.
many phases are there altogether?
I believe it's 4. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
well,
Yeah, I
okay,
think
that's
gyms and like doctors' offices and things like that. I think that opens up after that. Like public. Yeah. I have to go
okay.
back and look, but yeah, it happens in phases. But yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. So shout out to the Rock Church.
Okay. Shout out to the Rock Church. All right. So this is going to be a little bit more of a heavy hitter. So how have you been taking care of your mental health during these turbulent times?
Oh yeah. So I guess how I've been taking care of my mental health is really, I guess, going back to the church. Just spiritual, like staying in my wisdom books, like Proverbs and Psalms, and also just like doing a check-in, like with other people, like um, being around people that are positive, I think affects your mental health. If you're around negativity a lot, and we spoke about this, you're around negativity, it really does affect you. And it goes that old proverb, like, show me your friends, I show you your future, kind of thing. So just staying around the right people, staying prayed up, and also just doing check-ins, being self-aware. Yeah, thumbs up to being self-aware. Right on.
Thumbs up to being self-aware. And last but not least, what has why are you here? Why did you decide to come on Campfire Sessions besides me asking you?
Oh yeah. So besides being supportive, got to support Black businesses. I think just a lot of people need to know this information. This is the kind of information that you won't know unless somebody told you, because they don't teach it in school. They
Right, concerning your
don't.
presentation. Right.
Yeah. They don't teach it in school, and it's something that once you know, you're like, so you're telling me I've been missing out this whole time, and nobody was going to tell me? Like, it's that feeling of knowledge is power, and it is. It truly,
Yeah,
truly is.
it
Because you
is.
don't know what you don't know. You don't know it. But
You know
when
what's
you
so funny?
do,
I actually have that on the Instagram page. That's one of the it
what is
says
it?
knowledge is education is power, and
Oh,
power is
education is power.
education.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It is.
crazy.
It's the same reason why, like, we're talking about Black Lives Matter and everything. And, a lot of the reason, about how those two go together, about Black lives and education, because we were told that we can't read. You can't read, you can't write, or you'll be killed, you'll be arrested. And and I don't want to go all into it because I can go back
Right,
into,
right, right,
the
right.
laws and everything.
We still got
But,
other people we gotta have the
right, right,
introduction
right,
for.
right, exactly. So, oh yeah. So wrapping this up, yeah, that's basically why I feel like this education needs to be heard, and of course, I want to support you. So yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And also, by the way, for those who don't know, in the beginning of the second hour, Brianna will be having a presentation. Please give the audience a brief explanation of the presentation that you'll be doing for us today.
So the presentation is about the introduction into business. So if you're interested in getting started in your own business, if you've been wanting to build generational wealth, that's what that session will be about. We at Darling Digital Agency, we also hold building generational workshops, and and Troy, you've been to them. You can talk about them. They're very informative,
Yes,
and
I
it's
hear.
just and it's also that community. So yeah, tune in.
All right, all right. So listen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna move right along. Thank you for your introduction. I appreciate it. We'll be back to you, especially when it comes to the questions. So stay tuned. And yeah, thank you, Brianna.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Bye.
No problem. Bye. See you soon. So far we have Brianna. Um, Next up is Tess. Tess, are you here? Let us see if she's here. So far, we are waiting for us to go live with her. Boom. We're about to bring on Tess right now. Here we are, guys. Thank you for tuning in so far. So far, it's been a wonderful session, even though it's just the beginning. Hey,
Hi.
Tess, how are you doing? Oh, wow, your
I'm
background is
good. How are
amazing.
you?
I love your background for sure.
I had to compete with you. I saw your last your last video, and I was like, oh, we gotta take that side too.
Oh, okay. I love the energy already. So we are here. So far, as you saw, you probably saw the last person come aboard. Please tell the audience, who are you for those who don't know?
Yeah. So my name is actually Tessine, but I tell people to call me Tess because it just saves a lot of explanations. I am 19 years old. I work at Valencia College as a care coach,
Nice.
which is like what I like to call as a glorified tutor. I tutor in classes, but I also support students outside of the classroom with like personal concerns and academic and professional concerns as well. Yeah, my life is kind of basic compared to like everybody else that's going to be on this session, but I was like, hey,
No, you can't say that. We all have our own lives. You know what I'm saying? We grow into certain roles as we get older, right? Another thing we gotta
Absolutely, yeah.
consider. You know, you are 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? You are young, so you know you have a lot of growth.
We still have.
Exactly. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's beautiful. So let everybody know where you're from, right, and where you're at now.
Okay, well, I'm originally from Sudan, which is in North Africa.
Mm.
Hi, Bra. My friends is joining. Yeah, so I'm from Sudan, which is in North Africa. I was born there, and I grew up like half my life was there, and then the other half, the current half, is here in Berlin.
Nice. You know what I like about what you're going through right now? The wind has an effect. It's not bothering me. It's just so cool. It's like a news reporter effect going on for you. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So how are you? How are you doing? You know, how's everything? Like, tell us, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm surviving, which is a huge blessing on its own, to be honest. So, yeah, be chilling. I'm like trying to take things day by day, things
Nice.
like that.
Nice.
But
That's all we can do. That's all we really can hope for as of right now, right?
it's true.
How have you been
Yeah.
taking care of your mental health during these times, these turbulent times?
Oh, okay. I guess I've been kind of like unwinding down
Mm.
and kind of just like taking things day by day and like really being active about my mental health and kind of, just relaxing and like processing everything slowly and just trying new things, new activities, because I realized my life was in such a routine manner. And like, I kind of got the opportunity to like try new things and do different activities every day and just, open up my mind a little bit more to
Okay.
like everything.
Okay, definitely
Yeah.
keeping busy. Expanding the mind is definitely a beautiful thing. 100%. I
Thank
wanted
you.
to also ask, what has brought you here? What made you decide to come on Campfire Sessions besides supporting me?
Well, like Brianna said, we support Black businesses. That's what we're here for. But
100%.
also, the topic of this session was like really interesting to me because, knowing everything that's going on in the world today, I feel like we need something to help us like process everything and kind of, break things down and understand it. So I realized like conversations like these are going to be very helpful for me and for everybody else that's watching to kind of just take it in and digest what's happening and, share information and knowledge. So, yeah.
100%. Thank you, Tef. You see, that was easy. You know, I know you was a little bit nervous, but
It was. I'm still nervous, but
I really
we're
like the
here.
flow that you spoke with. It was great. We're going to keep it moving to the next person that we have to bring up. I mean, Amy has to be in the house. Amy, you are up next. Thank you, Tess. We'll be right back with you during the questions.
All right, cool.
Hey guys, so far so good, right? Easy breezy. Here we go. I see Amy right there. We're going to bring her on and we're going to see what she has to say. All right. Hey,
Good
Amy.
morning.
Good morning. I forgot. What time is it in Australia right now? Please let the audience know.
5:20. 5:20.
5:20. Wow.
Yeah. So it's pitch black
Dedication.
outside, and I'm a little tired. I could tell. I'm looking on the
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, I can see it too, but thank you for taking the time out to join us.
No problem.
For real. All the way from Australia. Everybody take a pause, please give Amy a clap, even if you have to put it inside the chat. That is what you call dedication for sure. And so please let the audience know who you are.
Sure.
For those who
Yes, thanks, Ray. Hi, everyone. My name's Amy Creighton. I'm from the Gold Coast. So, firstly, in all of our meetings in Australia, it's really important to make an acknowledgement to country. So, I just wanted to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which we all meet today. For me, I'm on Yugambeh country, so I wanted to acknowledge the Yugambeh people and the Kumbameri people and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. So, my background, I currently work in raising awareness around problem gambling in Australia. So I am doing community education. It's Responsible Gambling Awareness Week at the moment. I'm good personally. I feel very grateful to be in a position where I can still work and share and work with my values system. However, I was just sharing with a friend on Friday that pubs and clubs have opened up now, and I've gone in there, and it's really depressing. You're going in at like 10, 11 in the morning, and they're packed, and it's just pressing the buttons, and so there's a lot of oh yeah, easy, like full capacity, so that is a little bit depressing, and I have to come out and kind of shake it off a little bit, but it's definitely an area that drives a bit more of that passion of how can we as a community raise more awareness around this during these turbulent times, especially around financial insecurity as well. It's probably a lot to take in.
Yeah, well, no worries. Thank goodness we have a replay, so they'll be able to take it as many times as they need. Where are you from? For those who don't know, and where are you at now?
I'm from the Gold Coast in Queensland,
Okay.
Australia, and I am still there,
Here,
straight on the Gold Coast.
right now.
It's winter. It's usually pretty warm, like still t-shirt weather, but we've actually been a bit flooded at the moment. So heavy rain, winds, so hence the jumper and scarf.
Nice, nice, nice. How are you, by the way, besides tired?
I'm good. I am. I really am.
Okay.
I'm good when I can get back and, doing what I really love. So being a part of this, how can this is a really great opportunity. And, I've really enjoyed coming on to be able to, be a part of the human world community.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We are still building day by day. What I wanted to also ask is, this is a very important question that you've seen me ask other people so far. How have you been taking care of your mental health during these turbulent times?
Yeah, really good question. I think for me, like I'm always going through so many different thought processes, and it's just for me, it really helps when I acknowledge and normalize the process of different emotions that I'm going through rather than resisting it. And I think, like Ree said earlier on, I really agree of, really, choosing the right people to hang around with and be able to share that as well. There's just so much value in, being around a tribe that gets you and, being able to share that. And so, once I'm able to get that, off my chest, it just makes it so much easier. And gardening, like, that is just,
I know you do like gardening.
oh yeah. Whenever I'm stressed, I just go out into the garden and I get off my phone and, it's really regrounding for me.
Nice, nice, nice. Oh, by the way, I think we do have another young gentleman that's part of this that also does gardening, but we'll be talking to him pretty soon. And last but not least, why are you here besides me?
Oh,
Because everybody's like, well, you
yeah.
invited me. I'm like, well,
Yeah, we still have choices.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I definitely have these moments coming on before here where I'm like, why am I going on? Like, I don't have a right to, speak, and that's just my normal process. But then I go back to what I really love about Human World is that it's about bringing on other perspectives. And I just get a little bit over hearing the same people up the top speaking all the time, and it's the same stuff. So I've really enjoyed even just already this morning, just hearing other perspectives, and it just, opens your world a little bit more and gives you more insight into what's going on. So, I really hope I can be a part of that somehow. So that's why I'm on.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. What I'm going to do is thank you, Amy. By the way, for those who don't know, we did interview Amy one-on-one. So if you did miss that interview, please, you can find it on IGTV. We will be putting out Amy's Row in the next 2 weeks, guaranteed. And yeah, here we are. Thank you, Amy, once again, and we'll be returning back to hear your answers to the questions. All right.
Sure.
All right.
Thanks.
Here we go. Let me exit out. All right, now we're going to continue, guys. Of course, thank you for those who have been tuning in. We're about to bring on Jason right now. He is prepared and ready to go. Here we go.
What's up, Troy?
Hey, Jason. What's going on? How are you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Here we are on Campfire Sessions. I think, of course, you've been following with the flow of the conversation so far. So we just want to hear your intro. Who are you? You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm a graphic and interactive designer by trade, photo, video, hobbyist, artist, and I'm a human, so I'm here.
Last but not least, right? And tell everybody, where are you from and where are you at now?
Born and raised outside Chicago and been here, 20 years now. So I'm Floridian now, Orlando, Florida.
Okay. I didn't even know the Chicago part, but I'm going to keep it breezing. So how are you? How's everything with you?
As good as it can be, man. You just got to take it day by day. I don't know. A lot of weight has been lifted off my shoulders recently within my career track and things like that. So I got some things to look forward to. Great.
That's great news, to be honest with you. That's great news. And then how have you been taking care of your mental health during these turbulent times?
Pretty much exactly that. I've been self-focused, kind of hyper-focused. Maybe it's a little unhealthy in my own personal branding and my portfolio. And actually getting out in the yard a little bit, even though it's a little dreadful out here in Florida day to day with the weather. But getting out there, taking care of the yard, kind of regrounding, getting away from being stuck in the house, tech, all that.
Nice. And last but not least, why are you, what made you come aboard Campfire Sessions, obviously, besides myself?
I'm grateful to be able to share my perspective. And even have the technology to do so, or the outlet that you're presenting, as well as mine, to just speak on subjects that we need to speak on, things that people just look past every day because they can, because that is their privilege. They're able to just live their lives while other people are stuck in the turbulent times. And I think that's what sparks these crucial conversations that we need to have.
100%. I really loved your reasoning, for real.
Thank you, man.
No problem, Jason. Thank you for coming on and being excellent. I appreciate that.
Hey, my pleasure.
We're going to circle right back. Real quick announcement before we bring on Brandon. We're going to have to slightly excel because we started kind of late. So the questions, we're going to have to limit our answers to the questions that are going to be asked, just to let everybody know beforehand. We're going to try and keep it to like at least a 3-minute, answer a minute each question. I know that seems kind of fast, but I do want to stick to the time clock without running over, So, all right, everybody, here we go. Let's welcome Brandon on right now. Woo! Yeah, this is my man. We've been waiting for a while to bring Opta on, so here he is. Without further ado. Hello, brother. How are we doing today? I see you out there. Peace. You're a little bit dark, so let's try to lighten you up a little bit, please. If you could possibly step outside. I see the shirt that you're wearing is beautiful. Or maybe sit somewhere where it's a little bit more lighter. He's definitely looking around. Yo, you are funny guy. Yo, he's funny. Hold on, you saying something, but I could barely hear you right now.
I said I'm trying to find a light. I feel like a
like a fly. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those.
Yeah, I got you. No problem, bro. No problem, brother.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's definitely better to a degree. Yeah, I can literally see you like, greatly. Just, we can think where you were just walking at was perfect though. Like that light in that room is really in there.
It's that the here this should be good, right?
Yeah, that's better. That's better than when you first came on. 100% is better. Yeah,
It's
100%.
I'm somewhere and it's just like hard to.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's good. Can we hear you? Hold on, pull up a little bit closer to the phone. Sorry. All right, say something. I can't hear you for some odd reason that far. It's pretty odd. It's like it's as if your signal is like fading in and out a little bit. Go ahead.
Is it any better?
Yo, that's great. Ooh, spot on. So let's start off by introducing yourself to the audience. Who are you, brother?
Hello, audience. My name is Brandon Wright. I also go by Opta. That's OPTAH. I'm just a young artist, entrepreneur, creative guy. Just
In a nutshell.
awareness throughout my peers of this world. You know what I'm saying? Simple,
100%.
simple guy. Just have a lot of big dreams.
100%. 100%. And please let people know where you're from and where you're at now.
I'm originally from Washington, D.C. A lot of people know me from Orlando, Florida. I lived out there for the past 6 years, and recently in 2019, I relocated to Dover, Delaware.
Nice.
Originally a northern boy, DC up north. That's my home. You know what I'm saying? It feels good to be.
You said it feels good to be back?
Yeah, for sure, bro. I definitely this is my like home environment. So,
And the environment in which you thrive.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, how are you, brother? How are you?
I'm doing very well. Just been working on this collection for my jewelry line, and so I just been ordering materials. I'm working on I just got my torch. I just got some solder and some flux. That's type of paste that you use to put in between the joints of different metals when you're welding them and stuff like that. So just that, trying to stay focused on school, getting caught up with my trigonometry class. Crazy, bro.
I can only imagine, to be honest.
My business and just enjoying my life.
As you should.
Yeah.
So, how have you been taking care of your mental health during these turbulent times?
Just trying to stay focused on the things that give me joy. Because it's like right now you can't really go out and find joy, so you have to tune into yourself and type like create the joy on your own. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like first into the things that I'm passionate about. So working more with the jewelry, focusing more on school, and focusing more on my mental and spiritual awareness. You know what I'm saying? And expansion, I should say. Strengthening my mind more, listening to videos on YouTube every now and then. And sometimes just taking a walk through the woods with silence, or sometimes just sitting outside for a good hour, doing nothing, man. That's what keeps me grounded. Keeps my mind from being 10,000 places.
100%. 100%. And hold on, your audio's cutting in and out.
Dang, bro. I said it's like activities slow down time in a sense.
Right. And actually, what you do is at times you tap into the flow. which feels amazing. When you're able to tap into the flow, that is amazing. Like right now, I'm flowing with this whole entire session. This is a great session, by the way,
Yeah.
guys. You know, and last but not least, why are you here? What made you come aboard Campfire Sessions aside from knowing me?
I mean, you told me Campfire Sessions. I was like, it's a cool name. Let me join. No, I'm just kidding. It's an amazing opportunity, bro, just to talk and connect with people, share other people's perspectives, share a little bit of myself with others, give people a chance to get to know me and to see what I like to fill my free time with. Like moments like this is what I really live for, to be able to speak and connect and share my thoughts and ideas with others, bro. And, so just, and also just sharing the company of human with the brand, like there's a lot of people, who just, want to be able to express themselves, tell their stories, and tell the stories and hear others tell stories to them. So I just figured it's a powerful platform just for human connection. You know what I'm saying? Just right now, we don't really have much of that. So it's kind of bringing back that feeling of being connected.
If you ask me, we're kind of losing the social media just a little bit because some people misuse it, right?
Yeah, and I feel like at a time like this where true connections and the things that are important are really kind of in front of your face, like social media is kind of like, I don't really deal with that right now,
Right.
Life going on, then social media is a little bit of a distraction, but when you have only social media in front of your face, it's overwhelming.
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yo, listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue. What we're about to do is do topics of discussion. Before we go ahead, let me exit out right now and make this announcement. Thank you, by the way, for joining. I appreciate you being on 100%. And we're about to go around once again. Here we go, guys. For those who are wondering what's up next, we are a little bit behind on our time clock, and so I made an executive decision not to speed it up. I know I said that earlier, but I decided, let's get everybody's perspective in its entirety. So what we're going to do is I'm going to allot people at least 3 to 4 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes to answer the 3 questions. And if we're not able to cover everybody, then in the beginning of the second hour, we will continue to cover everybody else. All right. As of right now, I just saw that somebody requested to be in a video. We cannot do that as of yet. There is a section for guests that will be towards the end of the second hour. All right. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and we're going to start bringing up people. And if people don't remember what the 3 questions were, is how can we check our prejudice? How can we practice paying it forward? And what lessons have we learned during these times concerning the protests and concerning the topic of racial injustice that has been taking place for more than several decades. So let us go ahead and continue pushing forward. Here we go. Without further ado, we're going to start off with Brianna once again. Oh, where's Brianna? Hold on. Let us see where she's at. Brianna, are you here? Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Hold on. Here we are. Boom.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm
Here
good.
we are back once again. So what I wanted to do was, you're the first one up. So in total, you have 5 minutes for these 3 questions. All right.
Okay.
So here we go. Right. So how can we check our prejudice is the first one. And how can we practice paying it forward is the second one. And then what lessons have we learned, right, concerning the protests and the racial injustice with everybody speaking out about it? Please answer those three questions for us.
Oh, okay. How can we check our prejudice?
Prejudice.
That's really good. I mean, everybody has it, even if it's, something silly. But how do we check our prejudice? I really think just being self-aware, being aware of your environment, and just being in check of what you're speaking. You know, I really truly feel like, you know, words are powerful, and people can hold like even a lie such as, oh, you're not worthy, or you know, you're stupid, or anything like that. Will can be held into someone's body, into someone's mind, into someone's heart for decades. And so just being in check of what you're saying, and which brings me to my math. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Speak
Speak
life.
life.
So, yeah, so just, you know, being in check that way, and just realizing that we're all part of the same race. If we're going to speak about that kind of prejudice, we're all of the same race. We're just different colors. You know, it's like, you know, so we just come in different.
Hold on, you're skipping. Uh, give us a second. She'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still here.
All
No
right.
problem.
Some connection issues. I'm actually like on the roof right now, so
Okay.
or like in the not the roof, but like the balcony. So I don't know if that's affecting it. And then the second question was, can you rephrase that? Can you say that again?
How can we practice paying it forward? How can we be a little bit
Oh,
more kinder to each other? You know, this phrase "paying it forward," giving to one another without no look back or return.
yeah. I think that's without any look back or return. I think is the epitome of forgiveness. You're not expecting anything in return. You're just forgiving those people, even if it's somebody who stepped on your shoe, or to, you know, somebody who hurt you or your family. Like, you have to forgive them, not for them, but for yourself. Because if you hold on to that pain, onto that grudge, it's going to eat away at you. So, and I keep going back to like colorism, like, because that's what my mind goes to. Like, I guess as a black woman, when I think of prejudice, I mean, there's other types of prejudices, but like my mind goes to color. I
Speak
think,
your truth.
so, uh, so, yeah, I feel like just watching what you say, and being kind to others, forgiving people, um, is really going to be what ends it, is the prejudice, because you're always going to be forgiving people. You're always spreading love. You're always speaking life, you know. And if everybody were to do that, I think it would be a better place for real.
I think we'll have a better planet.
Oh yeah, yeah. Better planet, better atmosphere, better universe. Like, it's,
And
yeah.
last but not least, what lessons? What lessons have we learned? What lessons have you learned from this past, from the protests, and how people have been responding, and you know the effects of what has taken place on a racial scale, especially with, like, you know, business, like, you know, now every, you know, it is hip to support black businesses, things of that nature.
It's hip.
It's
Right. It's trending.
true.
Um, I think in that regard, like, man, just like, I don't even know what to say to this question. That's a good question. Hmm.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
That's a good question. But
Well, what have you learned? Let's put it
I
that way.
was gonna say, yeah. So yeah, I guess speaking for myself, what have I learned is basically keeping those around you that are positive. Sorry, I was reading someone's comment. Keeping people around you that are positive. Honestly, I got rid of a lot of people during this pandemic. People who weren't for me. Uh, you know, during the bad times, but they want to be around during the good times. We all know that story. Um, and I guess just really learning that, you know, people are people, like, and then tying that in with the Black Lives Matter, like, you know, it's evil. Like, you watch that video of George Floyd and you just see like evil And we can't change man. We can't. It's inevitable. From the beginning. With humans are naturally evil. Like we can't. You know what I'm saying? The only way to change someone's heart is from the inside out, and that is with love, and that is with. For me, I'm very spiritual, so I say Jesus can change people from the inside out because it's a spirit, it's an energy, just like we can feel somebody looking at us without looking at them. It's an energy, like same thing. It's just a feeling. That's just a little bit deeper. It's more, I guess people want to say celestial or whatever, like my hippies out there. But yeah, so I would just say lessons I've learned is like keep those positive people around you. Get rid of those that aren't doing anything for you, that are spreading negativity. Cut them out like cancer, and continue to forgive people and continue to speak life. Is the lessons I've learned. So I'm sorry if the answers all kind of sound alike for all the questions.
No, no,
But,
no. It's no problem.
okay. I was trying to switch it up, and I was like, I'm just gonna say it the same, the same thing, just rephrase it differently.
To be honest
But,
with you, that's how things stay in people's mind. As long as the message is positive, I have no problem.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is thank you, Brianna. I appreciate it. I'm going to move on to Test and see what her answers are like, concerning these 3 questions. So, oh yeah, can't wait to have you present. I really do look forward to that. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So introduction into business 101, guys. So tune in then. See you.
See you. Bye-bye. That was a great perspective. Here we are moving right along. I wanted to go ahead and bring up Tess. Here we are. Without further ado. By the way, I hope everybody's doing well, while we wait for this, for Tess to come on board.
Hello again.
Hey, what's going on? Hello again. We're going to wait for the signal to catch up to you. Okay. So now it did. All right. You're perfect. So did you hear the 3 questions, or you need me to repeat them again?
I did, but you probably got to repeat them anyways.
Okay. I'll repeat them once more again, for sure. So how can we check out prejudice is the first one. How can we practice paying it forward, right? And what lessons have we learned in the heat of this turmoil? So let's start off with the first one and go ahead.
Okay, so how can we check our prejudice? Well, first of all, the psychologist in me had to diagnose what prejudice actually means, because a lot of people confuse it with discrimination and they use it interchangeably. And just quick lesson, discrimination is the action of treating people unjustly, whereas prejudice, like you said in the description, is more internal ideas and thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being, I feel like prejudice is more individualistic to everybody, and obviously we all have prejudices, but they're more internal and sometimes they're unconscious, which is why I feel like they're harder to check.
Right.
You know what I mean? To know and understand that we hold these prejudices. So I think the first thing is to acknowledge that first of all we have them, and specify and understand why do we have these prejudices, what makes us feel the way we feel. And once we acknowledge them, once we understand that we have them, we need to understand what's their effect on us, what's their effect on society and other people that we interact with. So acknowledge, accept that we have them, and try to understand their effects, and hopefully change them and lessen their effects, I guess. Yeah. And then second question you said was, how can we pay it forward?
Right. Yes.
Can you elaborate on what that means?
Well, how can you pay forward means how can you do a good deed for someone else? How can we start practicing doing good by each other? What is the way that you see that?
I mean, doing what we normally do,
I mean, if we did
holding each other,
we wouldn't be here.
Right. Let me take that back.
Okay.
True. Doing what we should do. How about that? Let me use that word. I guess I feel like putting ourselves in other shoes helps people understand like what people are going through and like what kind of issues people deal with. And once we're able to understand the other person's perspective, we can empathize better. So I think, kind of just treating people the way you want to be treated. I feel like that holds true every time. So just being able to, make a better, more peaceful world for ourselves first. I feel like if we understand it that way as well, if we're that selfish and we don't care about other people, I feel like just knowing like, hey, once we do good to others, our world becomes a better place. So why not take that first step in making the world a better place and treat others,
Better.
kindly.
Right.
And then better.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And then last but not least, throughout all this turmoil, what lessons have we learned as the population, or maybe just as you? What lessons have you learned during these crazy times, especially when people are really, really going hard against social injustice?
Yeah. A couple things. Obviously, that can't be like all told in one session, but starting with myself, I feel like a really important lesson that I learned was, fortunately, you gotta have your own back most of the time, and being prepared for the worst. That's honestly, I took it in a more like skeptical, I guess, like a pessimistic kind of way, but like just being able to, being prepared, as we have seen, like no matter with all the issues facing like police brutality and all of that, it's always like an attack on the person that they feel is less, or that wasn't prepared. Not that like it was their fault or anything like that, but just, do you get what I mean? Like they're more, I guess they weren't ready to say the least. So like, and by preparation, I would say the first thing we can do is be more educated as individuals about our rights in this country, about what is law and what isn't law, because I feel like authority figures tend to like break that line.
Right.
So once we as citizens understand what is our right, what is our responsibility, we can fight the system and promote change. And I guess us as a world, what have we learned? Actually, interestingly, I watched a video yesterday by Prince EA. I don't know if you know him. He's like he does like poetry, spoken word, and he talks about like just social justice issues and things like that. And he was talking about how like the only way for humans to achieve peace is that if we have a common enemy, and the only common enemy that would like hypothetically be for all humanity would be like an alien attack. So he just kind of used that as like as an example, as a scenario. Like throughout history, we've seen that once two people who are like completely against each other, if they have a common enemy, then they're forced to kind of align and join forces. So if it comes down to our survival, then we can like join forces and work together. So I think if we can isolate a common enemy and be able to join forces in defeating that, whatever the enemy is, be it like a physical thing such as the pandemic right now, or a more figurative thing such as injustice or poverty or things like that. So yeah, I don't even know what I just said, but
you did great.
That's kind of my thoughts.
No worries.
It's all over the place.
I can tell you're nervous. It's fine. It's your first time on IG, and actually, it's your first time on a platform of this nature simultaneously. So I definitely have to give you credit for taking the time to come on and do good at explaining yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy.
Yeah.
So thank you, Tess. I appreciate it.
Well, that's why I joined. To be able to process everything.
Well, what good is life if we don't take risks or there's no challenges, right? I mean, what good is life? How do we evolve, right?
Facts, yes.
Right? So, thank you for coming on board. Next person we're gonna bring up is Amy. That'll be the last person for this hour, and then we'll be going ahead and doing Jason and Brandon within the next hour. All right, guys. So thank you for rocking out with us so far, and here we go. And look, Opta even said it. Definitely powerful words. So believe in yourself. You got it.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and bring on Amy right now. So here we are. Once again, Ooh, time is ticking. Hey, Amy. What's going on?
Hello.
Hey, we're back.
Back.
um, so, did you hear the three questions?
Yeah. I'd had to write them down.
Oh, perfect,
You,
perfect, perfect, perfect,
you
perfect,
definitely have
perfect.
to have a think about them. So, yeah, first one was how can we check our
Uh,
prejudice?
there you
Is that
go.
right?
All right, there we go. A great
Yeah.
start.
I think, it's starting off acknowledging that we all have it. No one is immune to it.
Nobody.
Um,
So I
and it's,
guess
oh, and it's definitely, you know, it's not, it's, I actually think it's about normalizing it and, um, being in that position to really, be self-reflective and discuss, that you have it. And, once we can acknowledge it, it would be, in an ideal world, we would be a bit more of a open-minded, um, unite world if we were a bit, if it was more normalized that, we do have those internal biases, or
Right.
unconscious biases that we, have kind of talked about previously as well. And, I personally think that continuing to encourage that reflective talk, I think, being aware of what our triggers are as well. And, this has been a part of my work that I've had to do, and, what we kind of do in the work that I work in is look back at also our family history and, have a bit of a reflection of, oh, what are the kind of things that my parents used to say? And, they're definitely, trickle down into our unconscious biases. So that's definitely something that I think about a lot. And be really mindful of, those are passed downs from generation to generation. And, just being honest with people around you and, having that conversation of, oh man, that was really judgmental, really normalized. And I kind of reflect of it and think of it, it's a little bit like there's a lot of
Excuse me.
people hanging around. They're wanting to join in, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead.
um,
Continue.
I kind of have been thinking about it, and it's a little bit like, you know, anger when we all have anger, but the more that we try and acknowledge that, pretend that it's not there, it comes out in behaviors that is not necessarily a good thing. So, the more it's not, I guess, what it is, it's what we do with it. It was quite, I guess, quite similar to what Tess was saying in regards to, I guess, discrimination and prejudice. I personally have been really, it's definitely something that I have to check quite a lot.